Hello everybody, welcome back. For those of you that are joining me again, if you're seeing my channel for the first time, welcome. Nice to have you here. If you haven't as always, if you haven't checked out Rusty Wrenches, HAFRODs Builds, or Montana Garage, please go and check out their YouTube channels. They really inspired me, and they inspire a bunch of other people, along with the other people in the community. We're all just trying to pass along some knowledge to help other people work on hot rods and builds and things like that. So I'm not a professional mechanic, obviously, just working in my garage, getting some stuff done. Today I will be working on what kind of trouble am I getting into? Working on a little tool to help you take the springs, coil springs, out of the front of a Tri-5 Chevy. I've checked out a couple other YouTubers, seen what they've done, some forums, and now I'm making my own, and we'll see how it goes. Here, I'll show you what I'm working on. So, now I have this piece of all thread here. I know it's a giant piece of all thread, but I'll explain you do not need this much to make this tool. However, I was watching Montana Garage, and one of the things that he did when putting in the pocket kit into his 55 is he used a piece of all thread to line up the pockets on each side of the frame to make sure the bolts were set up correctly and square. So, hey, two things for once. Instead of buying all thread twice, I just get one big piece. All right, so this all thread is going to go down through the shock tower, and I do not have any old shocks. Otherwise, I would use the bottom of an old shock. Since I do not, I got this piece of steel here, and I cut it out. Use the old wheel of death there. Cut it out, and what I'm going to do is take this piece of bar stock, and I'm going to weld it on like this. And I'm going to, let's see if I can do this all with one hand here. Got to get a tripod one of these days. All right, so here we go. So this all thread will come through like, oops, that didn't work very well. All right, anyway, this ring right here is going to go through there, and the bar stock will go through here. I'll weld that on, and then allow me to articulate this for the shock tower. And then this hook will then go into the all thread, and then right here, this top piece, I'm actually going to weld this washer to this nut right here, and then this will go on the top of the all thread up at the top of the shock tower, and this is what I will use to compress the tool. So that's just kind of a breakdown of what I'm doing. As I start to get things done, I'll shoot little videos and show you guys as it comes along. So sorry about dropping things, but that's what happens in the garage. All right, I'll see you next video. All right, so we got a chance to do a little welding. Let me turn the fan off here. There we go. And let's see what we've done here. So this is the piece I was telling you about that I was going to make. So this will slide down like this, and as I continue to spin this down, there'll be another washer on this side, and that'll be in the top of the A-arm, and down at the bottom will be the hook, which will be attached into this guy. I had some fun with the grinding wheel and cut-off wheel of death, and made this little guy out of that flat piece of steel I showed you. And so this bar stock, I'm going to weld it like that, and I will put the hook in it, and I'll show you guys that next time. So that'll be attached, and that'll go onto the end of the bar stock. As this comes down, it will compress and pull everything up and compress the spring, allow me to take it off easily. So that's what I've been doing. Always a good day in the garage if you can break out the welder and have a little fun. I'm definitely not a professional welder. I'm just learning, so excuse my crazy welds, but it turned out pretty good. I'm impressed. I was able to get this guy off of here. I put 2 tack welds down at the very bottom, and then I chased it. As far as what am I using as far as all thread, this is 1/2 inch by 13, and yeah, so that's what all the threads are. So I did put 2 tack welds down here at the bottom as well, along with the other ones. So this is going to be stout and sturdy, not going to come apart, and allow me to get the job done. Cool. Until the next video, which I will show you guys. I might actually turn it on while I weld this little piece together. All right, here we are. I'm back. Could I make this a little simpler? Yeah, probably. Am I overdoing it? Yeah, probably. But I'm having fun in the garage, and that's all that matters. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you what I'm working on here. So I've got it all hooked up here. is what I was explaining, the hooks coming through. I've got the brace. This gives me enough surface area underneath the bottom of the bottom A-arm, so I'm not going to damage or pull anything. So, all right, I'm going to turn on the old welder and you guys see what I'm doing here. All right, hopefully you can see that. I'll move this guy over here a little bit. There we go. All right, let's make some sparks. Just put in some tacks to start out with here. Alright, one on each end here. That didn't sound good. It's a little too far away. Alright, and here we go. There we go. Like I said, I'm not a professional welder. I'm still learning and having fun learning, but I'm sure you guys will notice a lot of mistakes and things, but hey, we're just moving forward. And then this guy right here. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to pop these vice grips off here. I got that in there pretty hard. There we go. All right. So, let's see what it looks like. And here we go. So it'll go onto the other side like that, allow me to pull at different angles. It'll articulate itself, and then I just put in 6 little tack welds. I'll go in and actually put welded in solid. So that's what we're looking at. Next time I show you guys, it should be all put together, at least in the rough, not painted or anything, and I'll put it together so you guys can see it on Smokey and what it's actually going to do. Hi guys, it's a new day, and I thought I'd show you how this contraption turned out here. Yesterday I got it all welded, taken care of, and then I painted it with some, I believe it's VTX chassis black, and just so that it looks a little better, it'll last a little bit longer. And so let's see, let me show you what I'm doing here. Alright, so this is Smokey. My dad's 55, and when he purchased the vehicle, the chassis was already powder coated. So I want to try to be as gentle as I can with it, even though I am going to cut the horns off to put the HBI Customs frame bracing kit in. Alright, so remember, you do not need this long piece of all thread. Okay, I'm just doing this because I'm using it for 2 different things. Let's see if I can get my tape measure out here. What you need is, you probably need a piece of all thread that's, what are we looking at here? About 2 feet, I guess. Or, yeah, I'd say about 2 feet. 2 feet of all thread would get you about where you're looking. So Here's that little piece that I made yesterday I was telling you about that goes in through the top. So this is the top of the shock tower on the frame. You can see it right there. And then I have a washer here. Now what I'm going to do on the bottom of this washer, I put some blue tape. You can't really see it here. I can pull it up. No, but there's blue tape on the bottom of this so I don't scratch up the frame. I'm going to put some anti-seize in here to give it some lubrication. This washer will slide on this washer as it pulls the bottom A-arm up. Now, as that comes down, you can see the all threads coming through here, and then it attaches to that piece that I made yesterday. So here's the eye. It'll pull up like this. Let me grab a hold of it here. Sorry guys, just a second. Okay, sorry about that. So this is, as you can see, it'll, with the surface area, it's allowing me, because I used a flat piece of steel all the way across, I'm going to get a lot of contact with the bottom of the A-arm instead of just pulling. What you can do is use the bottom of a shock, and I didn't have, this car didn't have shocks, old shocks, so I didn't have the bottom of them to attach right down there below, and then screw them in and pull it up using that. This way I think I'm going to get I'm going to get better connection. I'm going to have more surface area to pull on. So I don't know, half a dozen one to the other. I know the other way works. I've watched guys do it. I didn't have those means, and I wanted to have fun with the welder, and I had some extra stuff sitting around, so this is the way that I used it. So what I did here, and sorry guys, I'm going to set you down here again just for a second. So once this plate is attached right here, I've got a little coupler, and that's attached to the all thread. So as I screw that piece down, it will pull the bottom of the A-arm up, which will release tension on the spindle, and then I can take the spindle off, and once I get the spindle off, then I can gently, by unthreading it, let this down and safely take out the coil spring. So that was my little project yesterday, just having fun with the welder and getting this thing done. So once again, just a piece of plate steel with some round stock, a hook, and the all thread. And like I said, you probably just need 2 feet of all thread. You don't need this long bar. The bar, like I said, I was watching Montana Garage, and he used a large piece of all thread to line up. I'll be putting rear pocket kits to move the leaf springs into the frame. So he used them to line it up, and I thought, hey, that's a really good idea. So that's what I'll be working on down the road. All right, well, thank you guys for joining me for this little tool adventure. It's all set up and ready to go when I take it apart. Have a wonderful day, guys. Just like and subscribe if you can. Check out, remember, Rusty Wrenches, HAFRODs Builds, and Montana Garage. Great guys. Check out their stuff. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye.